Welcome to Inside Gaming. I'm Brian. It is weekend roundup time. So we all know that Microsoft is planning a giant $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, and I don't think it's hyperbolic to say that this will completely change the face of the gaming industry. But interestingly, Sony had been pretty quiet about this, suspiciously so, for a while, until earlier this month when it was reported that Sony thinks that this acquisition, which would make Call of Duty games a Microsoft property, among others, could inspire users to switch consoles. Now, that was said in Sony's official response to questions from Brazil's regulatory body, which is looking into the acquisition. A lot of countries around the world are doing this. So you're wondering, why is a lot of this happening in Brazil? They submitted questions to other developers about this acquisition to get feedback. I think it's part of their process, but they were made public. So that is why we're talking about Brazil. So in the questionnaire answers, Sony calls Call of Duty an essential game, a blockbuster, a AAA type game that has no rival. They added Call of Duty is so popular that it influences users' choice of console, and its community of loyal users is entrenched enough that even if a competitor had the budget to develop a similar product, it would not be able to rival it. And that's big, their choice of console, meaning that they're claiming that people choose a console based on whether it has Call of Duty. Now, it's a multi-plat, but they're saying if it was just on Xbox, they would choose Xbox because of that, or at least a lot of them would. They added, to say the least, players would be unlikely to switch to alternative games as they would lose that familiarity, those skills, and even the friends they made playing the Call of Duty games. Meaning, again, if we don't have the Call of Duty games on PlayStation, some might switch to Xbox, and that is not cool. Okay, so that happened a few weeks ago. Now Microsoft has responded to Sony's responses, and they are very, very dismissive of Sony's concerns, because I guess they're just paying $69 billion for nothing. So, in a translation on Reset Era that was reported by Video Games Chronicle, Microsoft claimed that Sony doesn't want to see Call of Duty games on Game Pass on day one because it is, quote, not resigned to having to compete with Microsoft's subscription service. Translation, Sony's too lazy to compete with us on Game Pass. Ooh, burn, corporate burn, let's go. Microsoft wrote, Sony's public outcry on subscription games and the company's response are clear. Sony doesn't want attractive subscription services to threaten its dominance in the market for digital distribution of console games. In other words, Sony rails against the introduction of new monetization models capable of challenging its business model. Yikes. And Sony has said the Game Pass model does not make economic sense to them. They have said on their new PlayStation Plus, the premium tier, they're not going to do new releases day and date. You're still going to have to pay for it. They'll do the back catalog, but not day and date. And Microsoft's basically like, too bad, we're going to do it. They also disputed Sony's claim that Call of Duty is a, quote, category of games in itself, stating the PlayStation itself has a foundation established by players loyal to the brand. Now, Sony also said that the addition of Activision Blizzard would give Game Pass an insurmountable lead in subscription services. Kind of hard to argue with that, but Microsoft did. They said, nope, that's not true. They gave 5 reasons why, saying it's not part of their strategy to remove content from players, and Call of Duty will still be on PlayStation as a paid title. Data shows that players see subscription services as only one way to pay for games. They also said that Sony's claim ignores the dynamic nature of subscription services and the fact that Sony has its own too. And finally, they said there are numerous other game distribution channels and subscription services, many of which include content that isn't available on Xbox. So yeah, Call of Duty, you would assume, will be free on Game Pass day and date, but Microsoft's saying, well, you can still pay for it on PlayStation if that's what you want to do. They've also pointed the finger back at Sony, saying that exclusivity deals have been at the heart of Sony's strategy for PlayStation, and that Sony also has exclusivity deals with third-party publishers. Basically, they're saying, you guys do this too. And they're not wrong, Sony does do it too. And then in a pretty explosive claim, Microsoft says that Sony tries to stop Game Pass's growth by paying some developers for blocking rights, basically preventing from adding them to Game Pass. Finally, Microsoft said that not putting Call of Duty games on PlayStation, it wouldn't make business sense because then it would only be profitable if enough people jumped over to Xbox to make up for all the money they lost from not selling it on PlayStation. So that's Microsoft's argument. Now, as for that last part, Microsoft has said they will keep Call of Duty games on PlayStation consoles, but it was later revealed that Activision Blizzard is only contracted to release the next 3 Call of Duty games on PlayStation consoles, starting with Modern Warfare 2 this year. So there is an end date there. After that, who knows? And it's that who knows, I think, that really has Sony rattled. And again, maybe the Call of Duty games won't be exclusive now, but I don't think Microsoft paid $69 billion, nice, just to put out a bunch of multi-platform games. All right, so we'll see. On to the rest of the stories. Sticking with Activision Blizzard, Diablo IV recently had a private beta test, which has resulted in a lot of Diablo IV leaks. The recent beta test was for friends and family of Blizzard employees, so sort of an inner circle, and apparently they were under non-disclosure agreements, which basically means do not share this stuff online, but no one listened to that. Some of the testers apparently did not care and promptly uploaded videos and screenshots, which we appreciate. Thank you to these brave leakers. So we got to see the game's character creator. We got to see the 5 classes, even the specs for the game. Oh, and the best part is the leaks have watermarks all over them. So it's going to be easy for Blizzard to see like who broke their NDAs. But let me just say, Blizzard, y'all have enough problems right now as it is. Leave those leakers alone. Just let this one slide, guys. Y'all don't need any more negative press. Meanwhile, the rest of us will have to wait. The game does not even have a firm release date. It is currently scheduled for sometime next year. Guys, bad news. It looks like the COVID gaming boom is over. In the most recent quarter, all 3 console makers each posted disappointing earnings results, and overall researchers say we're just not spending as much on games as we did during pandemic lockdowns. Speak for yourself. I'm spending more this year, but that's just me. Market researcher NPD says Americans spent $12.4 billion on games in the second quarter, but that was down 13% year over year. So yeah, a lot of the casuals probably pieced out. There are other factors though. There's also the ongoing semiconductor shortage that has plagued the industry. But yeah, the main reason is people are going out more and gaming less. Apparently, some people like to go out. I don't know, not me. I've never done that, but yeah, some people, whatever works for you. Total gameplay time among the PlayStation base was down 15% according to CNBC. So yeah, that's a drop. Lots of game makers reported disappointing profits as well. Activision Blizzard reported a 70% plunge in net profit and a 29% drop in revenues. That is huge. Ubisoft posted a 10% decline in net bookings. Interestingly, EA saw a bump, posting a 50% rise in profits and revenue growth of 14%. That might not mean more people are playing though. That might just mean they're buying more, I don't know, FIFA Ultimate Team, whatever. It could just be some EA chicanery. All right, this will probably not surprise you, but Rockstar is super pumped about Grand Theft Auto 6. This comes from Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick, who recently talked about the game at an earnings call. He said the progress is well underway, and he added, the Rockstar Games team is determined to once again set creative benchmarks for the series, our industry, and for all entertainment, just as the label has done with every one of their frontline releases. Now, Rockstar said back in February that development of GTA 6 was progressing. Oh, and then we got that report from Bloomberg that the game will be based in Miami, Miami Vice City, and may feature a female protagonist lead. Now, we don't know when it's going to release, but it looks like most people are saying 2 to 3 years away still. Obviously, given the enormous success of GTA 5 being the most successful game, entertainment product, whatever they called it, thing ever, the next installment does have some big shoes to fill. Oh, and one more Activision Blizzard story. Remember a couple weeks ago when they announced some new skins in an update for Call of Duty Warzone's 4th season? Well, one of those was a pup called Floof Furry. It was cute, everybody liked it, but it looked a whole lot like one made by the artist Sail Lin, who has done a whole series of anthropomorphic animals as soldiers. On the site ArtStation, Lin called out Activision, accusing them of plagiarism, and said they were bummed, writing, even though I am also a Call of Duty player, I am very disappointed to see my work being plagiarized by a big company like Activision in this way. And Activision apparently heard, they backed down, they pulled the skin. In a statement to Polygon, Activision apologized, saying that it has the utmost respect for creativity and content creation. They called it a misstep, and they said it regrettably erred and has pulled the skin from the game. Give the artist a shout out though too. If you stole their stuff, like at least say like, hey, check out their stuff. You know, give them a little bump, make it right. All right, time for a 5-second review. Totally unbelievable. Nobody had 13 friends in high school. My group of Simpsons nerds was 5 max. All right, let's talk about the games coming out next week. First up, Backpack Hero is a twist on your standard deck building roguelike. It isn't just about what you carry, but how you organize your items within your bag. It's like you're parking for a camping trip forever. Their placement has huge effects on their power. You can move your items around to increase their power. Comes to PC August 15th. Blossom Tales 2. Ooh, I heard this first one was really good. The Minotaur Prince. The Minotaur King has returned and it's all your fault. Oh no! Lily's back for a new classic action adventure set hundreds of years after the first game, The Sleeping King. Comes to PC and Switch August 16th. Rollerdome is a third-person action shooter that seamlessly blends high-octane visceral combat with fluid movement and tricking mechanics into one complementary and challenging whole to create an original, adrenaline-pumping shooter experience like no other. Comes to PC, PS5, and PS4 August 16th. Tribes of Midgard. The giants are coming. Form a tribe with up to 10 players to defend your village from the relentless onslaught of deadly spirits and gigantic brutes hell-bent on bringing the end of the world in this game with a unique blend of action, survival, and roguelite elements. Comes to Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Switch August 16th. Way of the Hunter. Become the new owner of a hunting lodge nestled among gorgeous habitats and rich animal populations. Explore vast open-world environments and hunt with a premium selection of firearms. Enjoy the perfect hunt on your own or with friends in co-op. Comes to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X August 16th. Catizens, inspired by RimWorld and The Sims. Catizens is a colony management sim where you watch over your unique cats with quirky personalities as you help them build and grow their settlements while exploring new lands, facing off against wildlife, and overcoming the challenges of each environment. Comes to PC August 17th. Curse to Golf is a golf-like adventure where every shot counts. Players are tasked with making it out of golf purgatory to become a golfing legend. With insane hazards, otherworldly power-ups, and tons of replayability, will you make it back alive, or will you forever be cursed to golf? That's called being a dad. It comes to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch August 18th. Thymesia is a grueling action RPG with fast-paced combat and an intricate plague weapon system. In a kingdom where death spreads, play as a mysterious character known by the codename Corvus. Prey upon your enemies, wield the power of disease, and find truth in your own memory. What do you have, a COVID gun or something? It comes to PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC August 18th. We Are OFK from the indie pop band OFK. It's the story of how 4 friends came together to release their debut music without throwing their phones at walls in frustration. A making of the band series and interactive EP about dreaming, dating, and paying rent in Los Angeles. Good luck. Comes to PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC August 18th. And finally, Madden 23. Play your way into the history books, control your impact with every decision in all new ways, call the shots in franchise with free agency and trade logic updates, leave a legacy in face of the franchise, the league, and assemble the most powerful roster in all of Madden Ultimate Team. It comes to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, and Xbox One August 19th. That's all the news I got for you this week, guys. I hope you're having a great weekend. We'll see you soon.